Good day and welcome to another practical accounting session. In today's session, I'm going to be showing you how to transfer your data, which is all this, your data for the journals to the ledger and trial balance. That is what I'm going to be showing you how to do in this particular video. So, but before then, let's do a recap. We first of all did the bank analysis. We did a bank analysis and we brought out a summary from the bank analysis, and from the bank analysis we also did a journal. So from the journal we are going to be posting to our ledger and trial balance, and all these things we are doing are still under the accounting circle. It's still under the accounting circle. So that is from gathering of data to analyzing them, posting to your journals, to your ledger and trial balance, the note of account, and the financial statement. So we are still under the accounting circle. But now let's get into the business of the day. To post from your journal to your ledger and trial balance, we are going to use that templates that I gave you, that financial statement templates that I gave. So that is what we're going to be using in order to make our work faster and automated. So we are going to be using that templates. We are going to post our journal entry to those templates. So in order to do that, we need to open our template, and I've already done that. I've already opened the templates, and this is the templates. I already did a video on this template, so you can go back to the video to like watch and understand the templates. So that is it about the template. Now we are going to be posting to our ledger and trial balance. I remember I said the ledger and trial balance are under this TB, which is the trial balance. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's what we're going to be doing in this video. So in order for us to start posting our ledger to our journals to our ledger and trial balance, we need to bring our journal entries, which is this, to this other sheets that is here, to this other workbook. The journal entry are in another workbook, are in this workbook that is here, while the template is in this place. So we need to bring that sheet in this particular workbook to this financial account template workbook. So that's what we're going to be doing. So that is the first thing we'll do. So in order to do that, let's come to the one that we want to take to the other workbook, which is this journal entry 1, this particular one. So in order for us to do that, let's just right click. Once you right click, you will see this. So you just press your move or copy. So let's click move or copy. So the move or copy now is now asking us move selected sheet to book. You will see a drop down arrow here. You click the next one, which is the financial account template. Remember we had two workbook here, which is the one that we had our journal, which is this, and the one that is for our templates. So this is the two workbook there, the one that has our journal and the one that is for the template. So the one where we want to move this journal to is to this workbook, to this financial account template. So let's click it. So that is now asking us before which of the sheets. We can just say, okay, let's put it before trial balance, because we want to post to the trial balance. So let's just put it here, so that after we are seeing our trial balance, we'll be seeing the journals. So let's just put it here, so that before the loan, let's press create to copy. Once you create the copy, this thing here, this one will still be in this, will still be in this journal entry aspect, but when once you create the copy, it will still be in this journal entry aspect, and it would also be, once you press OK, it will also be in the template. But if you not put your copy, it will no longer be here. It will just directly move to that one. But let's create the copy, which is this. I already clicked it, and we press OK. You see, immediately we press OK, the 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 this thing here, this journal one that was in that other, that was in this workbook, automatically came to this other workbook, which is the financial account template. So it's there now, before before loan and after the trial balance, which is this. So what we want to do now is to start inserting this data in the journal to the trial balance. That is what we want to do now. That's what I want to do now. So let's start doing it. The first item we have here is the AC installation, which is an expenses. So we debited the AC installation and we credited the bank. So in order for us to do that, let's go to the expenses aspect of the trial balance. Remember, I already showed how to go around this template in one of the videos, so you can visit that video to understand this more. So what we're looking for now is the expense aspect. So we scroll down, the expense aspect is in the down here. This is it. These are the expenses. And the expenses we want to journalize here is the AC installation. That's what I want to journalize. AC installation. So we'll come down to the trial balance and we look for AC installation in all these figures here, in all these classification here. We have cost of sale, purchase return, salary and wages. I'm not seeing any AC installation here. There is no AC installation in this place. There's no AC installation. So since there is no AC installation, we just add, we just click any aspect in this. Let me come down. To here. Let me put insert. No, is before is let me put it under this tax expense so that it will be more organized. So we'll come to number 54 and we'll put insert. Okay, so we want to put AC installation since there was no AC installation here already. So we just put 5024 because it ended in 23. Then we come here and we'll say AC installation expenses. AC installation. So that is what we are going to do. So there is no how would I put it, dash here. There is no dash here. So let's just copy it. Let's just draw it down. Let's draw it down so that the formula won't affect the formula. Okay, so now AC installation is 35,000. So let's come to our trial balance. In the debit side, that is transaction for the year. Because it's not an opening balance, it's a transaction for the year. So AC installation, you put equal to, we come to the journal and we click here, then we press enter. It will automatically give us that particular figure. So we've done the debit side. So let's click it that we've done the debit side. so that there won't be like confusion later on as to where we stopped. So come here, you come to this place that I put 4, this number 4 here, you highlight it, that is by clicking on it. So let's yeah, put a paint there to show you how we've done that one. So the corresponding entries here is the bank. The corresponding entry is the bank, and the bank was credited. So, and bank is an asset. We scroll all the way. We scroll all the way to the bank. We scroll all the way to the bank. The bank is in number 13, and to be on the credit side. So since it's on the credit side, we just put equals to. We come to our journal. Come to our journal, and we click the bank here, which is on the credit side. And we'll press enter. It automatically give us it as 5,000 there. So we also come here, and we also come here, and we put a color there to show, okay, we've done this particular first place, so that in case you want to stop your work, or maybe you later like lose track of what you are doing, you can know, you can actually come back and say, yeah, you've already done this part. So the next one is advertisement. The next one is advertisement. The next one is advertisement. And advertisement was an expenses. We debited it and we credited the bank. So we come to the TB, we look for advertisement, transaction for the year. Advertisement is an expense. Advertisement is an expense. So let's look at advertisement. This is advertisement expenses. Advertisement expenses. So we debit it. So that's what equals to, we come to the journal, and we press enter. So that is it. We go to the corresponding entry, which is the bank. Corresponding entry is the bank. This is the corresponding entry. So we add the advertisement to this. So we come to this formula bar, we'll press plus, then we go to the journal and add the bank. See, the figure has increased. Because it's now two bank. There, that is the first bank for this the first bank, and now the second bank. So the figure will increase for the bank. So let's mark these two out that we've done this. The number 9, we've done this. So the next one there is airtime. Airtime was 11,100. So we'll come to the trial balance and we'll look for expenses for airtime. I did not see any expense. I did not see any airtime there, but we can just classify it under one. We can just look for one category of expenses and put it there. That is, if there's any that relates to it, is it telephone and internet expenses? It relates to airtime. So we debit it. Put equals to this amount. I will press enter. Then the corresponding entry is bank. It was bank that paid for it. So we also come to the bank again. We credit the bank. We come to the formula bar. We press plus. Then we come to the credit side and we press enter. See, the bank is increasing. So we are done with the third one. So let's mark it out. The next one is bank charges. Bank charges was that particular amount. So let's look for bank charges. Bank charges and expenses. So let me be fast with it so that this video won't take long. The bank charges, this is it. Okay, so equal to this amount. Then we press OK. Now we go to the bank, because the bank was the corresponding entry, which is this, and we'll come to the formula bar. Come to the formula bar, we press plus, and we come to the credit side and press enter. We've done the bank charges. We mark it out that we've done it. Next one is car repair expenses. So the next one there is the car repair expense. Is the car repair, and car repair is an expense. So let's look for car repair in the trial balance. Let's look for car repair in the trial balance. Okay, I'm not seeing any expenses that's actually called car repair, but I'm seeing repair and maintenance. So let's take this one as the car repair. So we click equal to the car repair and press enter. This is in the debit side, and expenses are always in the debit side. Then we credit the bank because it was the bank that was paying for the car repairs. So we do plus, then we come to the journal and we credit the bank, and we press enter. The figure will change. So let's go to the journal, let's highlight it. Let me do it quick. Address. Okay. I've highlighted the two at once. The next one there is the cleaning and bank, and we also have cleaning expenses also. So let's just join the two together. So let's look for cleaning expenses in the expense aspect. So let's look for cleaning expenses. There was no cleaning expenses. In the assignments that I will be giving you people, this is the same thing that you are going to use, but there are some things that I'm not going to see in this video that I expect you to like figure out by yourself. So when you are bringing back the assignment for me to cross check, I will now give you the corrections. Like for example, now this cleaning expenses is not, I'm not supposed to just open a new account for it and call it cleaning expenses. I'm supposed to look for one class of expenses, let me say like office expenses, and put it under there. So that why I'm doing that is because I want to reduce the amount of tax liability for the business, for people that like, for maybe under level people and 2 level people that have not done tax. This might like be a new something to you. So what tax liability means is just like the amount of tax the business is going to pay the tax authority. So if you rank your expenses anyhow, the amount of tax would increase, because the tax man might say, oh, this expenses is a disallowable expenses. So the more your expenses is disallowable, the more your tax liability, that is the more you pay tax. So it's just better you put it under one office or other one expenses that is allowable for tax purposes, so that they won't even look at that particular expenses. They will just go to other ones. So doing that will help you help the business save a lot of money. So instead of just putting cleaning expenses there, let's look for anywhere that they put office expenses and put it there. So let's look for office expenses, if there's any office expenses there. Let's look for any office expenses. I'm not seeing an office expenses. So let's just add office expenses and put it here. So we click we insert a row, we insert, and we call this one 5025. Then we call it office expenses. Office expenses. So let's call it office expenses. Let's call it office expenses. Let's call it office expenses. So what is the amount of the cleaning and the cleaning expenses amount? So we just add the two of them together. So let's put equals to this amount. Let's also add plus. That will come to the formula bar and we'll add plus. We also take this one too, because we want to classify both of them as office expenses. Then we press OK. You see, it automatically shows the combination of the two amounts, which is 34,800. So let's calculate it. 28,800 plus 6,000, that is the same thing. 34,000. No. 28,800 plus 6,000, that is the same thing. That is 34,800. That is what it gave us here. That's what it gave us here. So we are absolutely correct. So let's just mark it that we've done this one and the other one, so that we won't be confused. We've not done the bank here, so let's leave that one. So now time for us to face the bank. The bank was 28,800 and 6,000. So let's just do the two of them together also. So we'll go to the bank aspect. We'll go to the bank, which is under the assets. We'll go to the bank, which is this. We add plus. Then we come to the journal. We click. And we also add plus again, because we want to just add the two of them together. Then we press enter. The figure would increase. The figure would increase. So let's just mark it that we are done with it. So yeah, and yeah, we've marked it out. We are done with it. Since we are using double entry, we debit this one and we credit this one. It's supposed to be showing us 0. This is supposed to be showing us 0. Yeah. So let's look what is the issue. Let's look what the issue is. Okay, it's showing us that there is 69 naira, 69,800 naira that is out of place, and I'm very sure it's these two amounts, because we just added these two here. We like inserted a new row for the two of them, and the formula here, the formula that is here is not catching it. You see, the formula is sum f6, that is sum of the beginning, which is f6. This is f6. That is the sum from this particular place. The sum of this particular place to 53. That is f53. This is f53. And the f53 before was the tax expense, and the tax expenses was the last thing there. So the formula is not catching it. It's not catching it at all. So let's just put it to the last part there, which is 55. So we come here, we change this 53 to 55. We press enter. You see, once we press enter, the thing will just remove by itself, because it's removed by itself, because the formula that is now getting everything. So that is it. So let's change it for the closing ledger also to 55. Was it there? Okay. So to be to 55. Okay. So let's also add like let's there's nothing showing here, so the formula is not showing here, the formula is not showing here also. See, here is like blank, while other one have like dash here, and this dash here, all these are they are formulas. If you look at it, they are formulas. So let's just highlight it. Let's just fill it. So you come to this ending part here, you double click and draw down. Double click and draw down. See, it will fill by itself. You come here to you double click and draw down. It will fill by itself. See, so that is how you do it. That is how you do it. So let's also put here. Let's also put it here. Let's also put it here. Let's also put it here. So, but I'm very sure that there will still be some some expenses that are not in that template that we still also need to add. So let's just continue. If you are adding any row, we will leave it, and we will leave it till we are done with posting the journal to the trial balance. So once we are done with posting the journal to the trial balance, we will just like fill everything, like make the formula, which is this one that we did here. Remember, this one was 53 before. Because we added these two, we now made it 55. So I'm very sure that we'll be adding more. Because some expenses might not be in this template, and you need to add more. So if there is more, what you just need to do is to create new row, and the more you're creating new row, the more this formula won't be catching it. So you just put your data, and once you are done putting your data, you just come and look for the last expenses here and change it. So maybe it might be 58, you just come and change it to 58, and but for now, let's leave that aspect. Let's continue generalizing our transactions. So the next one is our consultancy fee, cost of sales. So look for where cost of sales is in our trial balance. So what is cost of sales? Cost of sales now, I know it's not an asset. It's not an asset. It's an expenses. Okay. So cost of sales, this is it here. Cost of sales, this is it here. So let's put our equal to. We go to the journal, we click, we press enter. The corresponding entry is the bank. So we come here, we add it, we put plus the bank, which is this. Then we press enter. We go back to the journal, and we put red here to show that we've done that particular one. So let's keep scrolling down. The next expense is our electricity expenses. So let's go to the trial balance. Let's look if there's any electricity expenses. I'm not seeing electricity expenses. Okay, this is it. Power and energy expenses. That's electricity expenses. So we put equal to this, then we press enter. The corresponding entry is the bank. So we go to the bank. And we put plus this. I'll press enter. So that is it. Okay. So we just show that we've done this one. You will click, You also click that you've done this. The next expenses is our fuel. Is our fuel 43,000 naira. Wait, I think we've done a mistake there. I think we've done a mistake. That is, this electricity expense is 31,700. 31,700 for the power and for the power and energy expenses. So this is a mistake. This is a mistake. We delete it. We put equal to this. Then we'll press enter. See, that's balanced. So the next one is fuel. So let's look for fuel. Fuel should be power and energy expenses. Abi? Yeah, fuel should be there. But let's look if there's any other. Let's look if there's any other class of expenses that can accommodate fuel. Okay, there's no other one, so let's just put it here. Come here, we also add, put plus. Then we click and we put enter. We go to the bank. I will add that one to there. Put plus. The credit side, I will put okay. So that is how you journalize. I mean, you post to the ledger and the trial balance. So that is how you do it. This is like it's stressful because I'm taking it one by one. If I want to do it a little bit faster, the bank would make it very easy because the bank is I know most of the item in the bank are credit side. I can just click the first bank, click the second bank, third bank, fourth bank, and the whole bank that in the credit side. We just put the first bank plus the second bank plus the whole bank there will be filled. But based on I'm teaching this thing to people that are not Excel savvy or that fast in learning, that's why I'm taking it very, very slow. So the next expenses here is gas, and I'm very sure that there was no category of expenses for gas here. So let's put it under power and energy expenses. Okay, let's put it under there. Then we add it here. We put plus. We click, we press enter. The corresponding entry would be the bank. Which is this. Then we'll come here, we'll put plus this. Then we'll put okay. We just go there and click it, that we are done with it. The next one is internet expenses. Internet expenses. Okay, let's look for internet expenses. Okay, this is it. Internet expenses, this is it. Okay, we add another one. Yeah, that is plus this. We press enter. The corresponding entry is the bank. Corresponding expenses is the bank. The corresponding entry is the bank. Now we'll put plus this. Now we'll press OK. So we are done with that one. Let's just mark it out that we are done with it. The next one is medical. Medical is an expenses. So let's look if there's any expenses that can accommodate medical. Cost of sales, purchase, salary and wages, power, telephone, rent, entertainment, director, business expenses, repairs and maintenance, advertising expenses, waste, hotel. Nah. There's no medical expenses there. So let's just add another row. Since you're adding another row now, the formulas will start to like be removing, but we will continue to be using it like that till we are done with it. So 5026 we put it as medical. Put it as medical. Okay, put equal to this, press enter. We'll put the corresponding entry. Corresponding entry okay, plus this. Okay, then we are done with the medicals. So let's just highlight this that we are done with it. The next one is our office expenses. Okay, so let's look for any office expenses here. These office expenses, so let's add plus this. We press OK. The corresponding entry is the bank, so go to the bank. We'll put plus, and we put the credit side. I will press OK. So it automatically give us this. Let's highlight it. So the next one is our bank and our opening balance. So this one we will need to debit bank and we will credit our opening balance. So let's go to the trial balance. The first thing we do is to debit the bank. So equal to this. Then we credit our opening balance account, and the opening balance is the capital. This is the capital. So this is capital. Or we can say it's retained earnings. That is if the business has been, if it was the balance from last year. So we can just call it our retained earnings also. So let's put it as the credit side, the retained earnings. So equal to this. So we are done with that. The next one is the phone repair. Let's highlight this one first. Next one is phone repair. Phone repair is an expenses. So let's look at this. Yeah, there's repair. There's repair in our expenses. There's repair. So this is it. So put plus this. We press enter. The corresponding entry is the bank. Which is this. Corresponding entry is the bank. We put our plus the bank. Now press OK. Let's highlight it so that we won't get confused. So after that one, the next one is purchase of car. Car is an asset. So we purchased car. So we come to our assets. We purchased car. That is PP at cost. You can just put it there as okay. How much did we buy it? Equal to this. And we bought it by paying for it through the bank. So I'll put plus the bank amount, which is this. So let's go and highlight it. Let's go and highlight it. Let's go and highlight it. It has gone far. Let's go and highlight it. This and this. Let's put it as red. Okay, the next one there is the receivables. Receivables is also an asset. So receivable is also an asset. Trade receivable. But remember, in this one we borrowed an employee money. We borrowed an employee money, so that is an employee loan. So put equal to this receivable. We press enter, and we borrowed the money from the bank. We borrowed the money from the bank. So we put plus this, and we'll press enter. So we are done with the trade receivable aspects. Come here, put here plus here. We highlight. We put the color. So the next one is refund. And money went out. So let's classify it as an expenses and credit bank. So let's go out to our TB. I'm very sure that there is no expenses that we called refund here. So let's just add one. Let me delete this. Put it here. And this video has been very, 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 very long. So let me put as 5027. What is it? A refund. Okay, so how much is the refund? We put equal to this. The corresponding entry is the bank. So we put plus the bank, which is this, and we'll press enter. So we are done with the refund. Let's highlight it. So the next one is repair. Next expenses there is repair. Repair is an expenses, and we have repair there already. So we just come to repair. This is repair. We add it. We put plus. Nah, I've done it. So come here. We put plus, and we click on the repair. We press enter. This corresponding entry is the bank. So put plus the bank. Press enter. So we highlight is that we've done that one. So we highlight it that we've done that one. The next one is our bank. We debit bank and credit sales. So let's debit the bank. So let's debit it. Put plus, click, and we credit our sales. So let's come down to sales. Sales is under our income. Which is this. We need to credit sales. So put equal to, what is the amount for sales? This is the amount for sales here. We press enter. So we've done the sales. So the next thing we do is we just mark it out that we've already done it. Let's mark it out. 86. Let's mark it out. So the next transaction there is our bank and service income. So somebody asks for our service and they paid us, so we need to debit our bank and we'll credit service income account. So let's debit the bank first. So we come to the debit side of the bank, which is this. We come to the formula bar and we add our plus. So let's put debit side. So the corresponding entry now is service income account, and the service income account should be under this income. It should be under this income. But there's no service here. There's no service income. You can come here and insert a row in order to put service income. You can just come, you put insert, then you put write your service income here. But for the sake of this video, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to add the service income together with the sales. But in the assignment, the practical work that I give you to do yourself, please add the service income here. Please add the service income. Insert a row and add the service income. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to add the service income together with the sales. So let's add plus. We go to the service income as under the journal, the credit side. We press enter. So that is it. The next, let's go and mark it out and go to the next transaction. So we've marked them out. The next transaction are transportation and bank. That is the last transaction, transportation. We debit transportation and we credit bank. So transportation is an expense, so we'll go down, look for transportation expenses. So this transportation expenses, we debit transportation expenses. So put equal to the debit amount. I'll press enter, and we are crediting bank. The corresponding entry is the bank, so I'm going to be crediting bank. So come to the formula bar, we go to the ending of it, which is this. Okay, and we add our plus. So we go back to the journal and we press enter. So that is it about let's mark it out first. Let's mark it out. 1, 2. See, we've done all the transaction. That is, we've marked everything out. We've done all the transaction for this particular journal. So the next thing we do here is, because we added some transactions, some new items like the refund, the medicals, the office expenses, the receipt installation. Because we added it, this template here did not recognize it. So we need to like make these templates recognize these things. So if you notice, there is line here dash, but from this office expenses, medicals and refund, there is no line there. So you will need to add the lines there yourself. So let's do it. So you just click the last line there. You click the last line and you come to the bottom of this place. The thing now will turn to a plus. You double tap and draw down up to the refund. Okay, we've done that part. Do it again for this credit side. We've done that side. Now this when we come to the total, the formula here is showing us sum of D6, that is the beginning to D53, and our transactions there is ending at 57, but the formula here is showing us 53. So we need to change this thing to 57. We need to change it to 57 because it ended 57, not 53. Okay, so press enter. We come to the next one also. It ended 57, not 53. We change it. We come to this one also. It ended 57, not 55. 57, not 55. can see this one also 57, not 53. Press enter. You come to this one also. This particular one, you see there's line here, there's figures here, but in this particular place there's nothing showing here. There's nothing showing there. So let's do it the same way we did the first one. We tap and we see the plus sign, we double tap and to the refund. Yeah, this is it. So this one also you do the same thing. So we come to the total aspect. The formula is showing us 55 instead of 57. So put our 57 there. We press enter. We also come here. It's showing us 53 instead of 57. So 57. I'll press enter. We come to these journal entries. It's showing us 53. We put 57. This one is showing us 53. The credit side showing us 57, but 53 we put 57. So the final TB, the final trial balance, there is nothing showing here, showing in this last two places. So we need to fill it. We need to fill them. So you click the last part, you see that plus sign there. You draw it to the end side. Yeah, you do it for the same part. You do the same thing here. Okay. So we come to the total aspect and look at the formula. This formula is showing us 53 instead of 57. This one is showing us 53 instead of 57. Enter. So that is it about the journal. We've done the double entry process of debiting and crediting, and there were some items that were not originally in this template that we needed to add by ourselves. So after adding it, we made some adjustment on the template, and now it's showing us nothing here. There is no like balances, there's no discrepancies. So that is it for the journals. In the next one, I will show you how to put this in the statement of profit and loss, the statement of changes in equity, the statement of financial position, and statement of cash flow also. So for now, this is the ending of this video.